Hello, future millionaire. Just want to make a final video today before the light goes out. Uh, what should I talk about? Okay, here's the thing. What I want to talk about is something most people don't think I will ever talk about. What is it? What's the worst case scenario for Bitcoin Cash? For every good trade, as a trader, you need to look at the worst case scenario and the best case scenario. So everybody always tell you about how much a coin can go up in value, and very few people talk to you about what's the worst case scenario. One of the worst case scenario for any cryptocurrency just happened last week with the Luna and Terra. So I want to address the issue here. Could the same thing happen to Bitcoin Cash or not? And I want to understand the fundamentals behind the potential for a complete collapse in a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin Cash. Because the price has been going down steadily over the last few years, with the exception of a spike last year because I was doing a promotion. Other than that, the price has been going down. So you could argue, say, that is the trend, the price is going to continue, and you will never come back. Because the ratio can go to 200 Bitcoin Cash to 1 Bitcoin, or 300, 400, 500. In theory, there's an infinite amount of ratio drop that can happen in favor of Bitcoin and against Bitcoin Cash. Now here's the thing. For Bitcoin Cash continue to drop, particularly drop almost like Luna and Terra, for that to happen, two things must happen. Number one, Bitcoin must collapse. Total utter collapse. That means from 28, 29,000 US dollar per coin, it has to drop maybe to $5,000, $4,000 coin. That's the first thing. Second is that all the mining has to be incredibly unprofitable. Then the more unprofitable the mining it is, the less company will mine it, the lower the difficulty goes, and then in turn it will actually turn the mining more profitable again. However, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. On the way up, you keep pushing the price up. On the way down, they keep pushing the price down. So what's really the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario for Bitcoin Cash is simple, and I'm be brutally honest with you, is zero. Bitcoin Cash has the potential to get to zero, like every other cryptocurrency. When would that happen? If all the mining company shuts down, when Bitcoin gets declared illegal, and when Bitcoin Cash become completely illegal to own. In that case, once the chain stops mining, the value goes to zero. This is what happened to Luna and any stablecoin that lost its ability to peg. So their value can easily go to zero, and I wouldn't invest in those coins. Now, for the probability, it is possible for that to happen, of course. Like a nuclear war, all the computers shut down, or the internet connection shuts down. But what is the probability for that to happen? The probability for that to happen is extremely low. Now, what is your downside risk here? The downside risk for Bitcoin Cash is basically the amount of money that you see right now, basically $190 US. And what is the upside? The upside is that people adopt Bitcoin Cash as part of the global payment system. It will catch up to reputation-wise to Bitcoin, and user base is going to expand exponentially. That's the best case scenario. So where are my reference points? My reference points is actually from back from the 90s for .com time. There was a time .com shares keep going up until at one point in time something weird happened, and then everything dropped. And then everyone thought the whole thing busted in 2000, 2001, the whole thing busted, and technology will never come back, all the company will go broke, and Amazon will go to zero, and so on and so forth. And in truth, what really happened is that it washed out all the bad investments, and the few good investments remained, and the people who are investing in the area focused on the few good investments and brought it back up again. The best example is Amazon and Microsoft and those ones. Now, where would I rank Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin Cash ranking is very, very high because number one, it has the connection directly to Bitcoin, not only branding wise, more important mining equipment and user base wise. More important is Bitcoin Cash is so well established that to compete against it, it is actually, you need to put a lot of effort into a brand new branding and create a payment system that can compete against Bitcoin Cash. To a certain extent, some other cryptocurrency can do it, but it's not nearly as easy, convenient, cheap to use as Bitcoin Cash. So based on technology alone, Bitcoin Cash is by far the most superior payment system. The problem is adoption. Adoption is the real problem. We have a chicken and egg situation there, where not enough people adopting the payment, therefore not enough people using it, therefore not enough circulation going on, and then everyone just uses a store of value. However, as a store of value, it should definitely store more value than what it's doing right now compared to Bitcoin. So we have only two scenarios here. Either the entire crypto market collapse, 100% collapse onto itself, which is actually very unlikely at the moment because everyone's very fearful of additional collapse. Whenever everybody is fearful of additional collapse, then very likely it won't happen. And far more likely is we're going to have a volatile bottom here, and the price bottom itself out, and then sooner or later, out of nowhere, this thing picks up, and it just goes skyrocket like crazy. So I will let you decide which one is more likely. Based on my personal experience, so I can tell you this. The downside is not zero. The downside is probably another $50, maybe, at the most. So let's say 120 to 150 US dollar at the absolute bottom. But the probability for that to happen is so small that it's worthwhile for you to accumulate now. But again, in this video I want to emphasize one more time, this might not be the perfect time to buy, but it's very close to the perfect time to buy. So for you as a viewer, what you should focus on is divesting your other assets. It takes time to divest. Real estate, houses, cars, any of the things that you don't need, divest from them, and then wait for my signal, and we all put the money at the same time to work into the Bitcoin Cash space. When that happens, the pricing structure will change dramatically, and higher price will chase even higher prices. So when that will happen, I don't know. But right now, please focus on liquidation. Liquidation, go into cash. It's also good for shares and so on, because right now the stock market is not doing that great. I don't even think there's much a hope for stock market. Consider how high the inflation goes, how uncertain is the future income, and there's a future mortgage crisis coming up I can foresee in real estate market. So there's so many dangerous points in the market right now that it is actually prudent to take your profit, stay on the sideline, and ideally have plenty of cash on hand, get ready to buy, and of course, when the time is right, you should buy as much Bitcoin Cash as you can. So I hope this addressed the issue of the downside, and the upside you already know already. $500,000 coin, 2025. If this is a good risk-reward ratio, then you should put as much money as possible to work. This is what I'm doing, and I hope you can do the same. Thank you very much for watching this one. My throat is a bit dry because I ran out of water. In the morning I talk about hydration. Now I'm the one who is dehydrated, so my brain is not really working as well. Hopefully I can drink something and eat something very soon. Then I will recover back to normal again. Yeah. Due to lack of hydration, I'm already experiencing mood swings and other things. So self-analysis is I'm not in the best shape emotionally, physically, and so on. So I need to recover. Best way to recover is have good dinner and have good conversation, have a good bottle of water. Maybe that's the best. I'm gonna look for a bottle of water somewhere and see you on the other side of the trade. Have a good day. Bye.